Oh shit, was that a bad idea? I think that was. Oh, I am wildly unprepared. Why is my stream health already orange slash yellow? That's really impolite. Not a fan of that one. Okay, sorry. I was like not prepared to start the stream, but obviously I did so anyways. I apologize. But hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I just like this isn't going to be like a long stream. I just wanted to like stream, maybe like catch you guys up on what's going on in life. I know, sorry. I said that I was going to stream Saturday and Sunday, and then I didn't. Sorry. I don't know, things happen. Why do you stream at night? Because during the day, I'm typically doing other things. The flash is on? What flash? Oh, I was like, what? I was like I was thinking like a camera flash. Try to do homework, but who cares? It's okay. This is gonna be like a super long stream. I just wanted to talk for a little while, and you know, I guess like I don't know, talk. I just said that. Dude, you're the big G. I'm not sure what G is supposed to stand for. Is that supposed to be like gangster, gangsta? Because I'm definitely not that. Do you go to school? I do not go to school. No, I don't. But I've been doing a decent amount of filming lately. I've been really trying to figure out like what I want to do with this new channel. And Jacob Sweaty, your forehead looks amazing. Let me munch BBY boy. Do you say baby boy? Like when you see BBY, I've always read it as BBY and not like baby. Or like, you know, I always read it as BBY. And yeah, I don't know if that's like odd or anything. That's Jacob's the gangiest gangster that ever ganged. Do you know how white I am? Do you know how like what? I read it as baby. Interesting. I always thought it was BBY. Just cuz like are you gay? Dude, I don't understand people. That is like such like a personal question for some people, and people are just like, "Boy, you gay?" And like I feel like they genuinely mean it. Oh no, go gangster word to yo mother, my fellow nipple lick. Is that from something? Please tell me that you did not just come up with that, and that is like from something else. Wow, thank you, Goat. Though, do you got like a full-time job? No, YouTube is my full-time job. I had a bit of a mental breakdown last night. That wasn't like the best, but I don't know. I've just been going through a lot lately. Again, I was talking about this on the stream a few weeks ago, where oh, by the way, thank you, Goat. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't say thank you. Thank you, Goat. She calls people nipple lickers. Well, that's interesting. Oh my gosh, Egg, you changed your name. What the heck? Was very confused when it said that it was timed out by Springlacunosa. That. I have 5 tests on Thursday and I'm cramming so hard. Well, maybe you shouldn't watch the stream, my boy. Thank you for answering my question. I felt happy. Ooh, Joey with a yacht. Thank you so much, Joey. Can we get an ooh in the chat for Joey, please? Thank you very much. Also, hello to everybody that is just tuning in. LG Gamers, Fire, Sunny, Artsy Potato, Casey, Araceli. I think that's how you say that. Dan Brown, Bacon, Ludcina. Oh my god, Ludcina, I have not seen you in a minute. Welcome. How much do you make per year? Sorry to get specific. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I literally hate when people ask me how much money I make so much. Because, like, okay, and I've said this, like, in private to people, but never really, like, on stream or anything. And I've seen other YouTubers talk about it, but it's like, people always ask YouTubers, how much money do you make? And it's like, yes, obviously, money is an important thing, but also, like, that's another, like, really personal question. And I don't know, growing up for me, I remember my parents told me, hey, don't ask adults how much money they make because that's like impolite and rude and personal information and isn't any of your business. And so it's like, whenever like a kid would come in from like, or not a kid, like whenever there was like, bring your parent to school day or whatever, like parents would come in and talk about their jobs to kids. And I was always like, we were told, hey, don't ask them how much money they make. I'm not trying to like roast you or anything, because you're not the only one that's ever done it. And I'm sure you don't mean it in any sort of malicious sense or anything like that. But yeah, and I don't, it's kind of frustrating sometimes when people ask me how much money I make. And I honestly, like, I don't keep track. I don't. I make more money than I spend. And that's the important part, I guess. Yeah, no, it's just like one of those things where it's like, I've never really kept track of it because I don't really have that many expenses that I need to pay for. I only pay for my student loans, which sucks. And then my one Amazon credit card and like my phone bill and like car insurance and then like gas. Like gas isn't a bill though. So like there's really not many things that I need to pay for. So I just don't really like, I don't know if that's like, bad business practices to not keep track, but like obviously I watch my bank account and I'm not like negative. So that's the important part. Yeah, so no, I don't really like sharing how much money I make. Pretty personal question, but sorry to like go on like a 5-minute tangent about that. Again, sorry. Who sent that originally? David's HQ. Sorry, I don't mean to like roast you or anything. I just like something that I feel like should be addressed, and then I'm not like trying to come off as rude or anything. If that was what was portrayed. What was I mean, on a career day, I feel it's natural to ask how much they make. I mean, they're bragging on how great it is. Well, okay. I mean, oh boy, you're on that again. Okay. I mean, somebody mentioned it, so like, that's why. No, I don't know. I was always told never to ask how much money somebody made. When did you start playing Zelda? I started playing Zelda when I was like 6 or 7. Okay, that I know what I was talking about. I was trying to talk about my YouTube channel. So yeah, I've been going through a lot lately. I don't know if that's like any news. I talked about this like a few weeks ago on stream, how like, my happiness is kind of like a weird like peaks really high and then dips really low and peaks really high. Honestly, low key, like I wouldn't say it's like bipolar, but like it can change really, really fast. Like today, I was emo AF when I woke up. Because it was like rainy and it was kind of cold out, which means fall, and I was like depressed. And then it got like nice and sunny in the afternoon, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm wearing pants today. Like, that's new. It's the coldest it's been in like probably 4 months. And yeah, so like that really messed with my emotions. I cried twice this morning. I tweeted that I cried when I was drinking coffee this morning. I was like, I just had a cup of coffee and I cried. A lot of people were like, dude, are you okay? Like, was it really good? No, I just genuinely hate coffee so much, but I was really tired and there was coffee in the pot. So like I drank it and, yeah, so like I felt like people were like really concerned and, I just want to clarify, it's just because coffee tastes really bad to me. It's called season. I'm very aware of what it's called, Maximum Ace. Believe me. Charlie, shout out to Pornhub if you're watching this. Wait, what? Why would Pornhub be watching this stream? What? Charlie, why? Thank you, though. Sorry to ask. Just wanted to know as a reference because I love making videos and wanted to know if I could make it as a full-time job. I mean, I make it work. It would be difficult, like very difficult for me to live on my own, and I would definitely have to get another job if I wanted to live on my own. But yeah, definitely just make sure that it's something that is feasible if you're gonna do it. Obviously, I don't want to like encourage anybody to make like any like super rash decisions. But again, like also, if you're young, this is the time to like try new things, especially if your parents are like willing to, house you. That's always fun. He probably read the actual thing. Wait, what? I don't know what's going on anymore. Why is Pornhub on the mic? Pornhub's not on. Somebody donated that. That's not like, wait, what? Yeah, so back to the channel. That's what I was talking about. It's censored to puppy in the donate. Oh, well, the actual donate said shout out to Pornhub if you're watching this. Not puppy. It was Pornhub. So now you know. What are you doing now that Alex isn't here? What do you mean by isn't here? I have not lived near Alex in 4 years. Like, that's it. Dude, what do you want long-term in life aside from YouTube? I don't know. I just want to create things. I just want to be funny and just do me, you know? Definitely, if I do get some sort of fortune on YouTube, I'm definitely investing in real estate, because everybody always needs a house. So that's always a great place to invest your money, and it's like much safer than stocks, and you don't need to really know as much. So yeah, definitely investing in real estate if I make it big. How did I find Brockhampton? My friend Maddie introduced me to Brockhampton. Would somebody else ask something that I wanted to reply to? Why is it censored when you don't care about saying it? It's just like a thing that I think I have set with Streamlabs that I don't want like curse words in there. So, I mean, porn isn't like that bad. Like your candle in the back, it gives the room a nice look. It's like a tiny furnace. Yeah, no, I carved pumpkins today, for a video. And, my room smelled like pumpkins, obviously. So I literally lit like 6 candles and scattered them around. And that was like the one that I kept out because I really like that candle and it burns well. I do not collect Pokemon cards. You can do real estate and Animal Crossing. Yeah, because that's where yeah, I'm gonna invest in real estate and Animal Crossing. It's a great idea. It's a sound investment. Did you do the No, I did not do Donald Trump. You guys will see. You said you burnt. No, I carved pumpkins. I did not burn the pumpkins. You carved pumpkins in a room with carpet. Yes. And now that you say it like that, that makes it seem like it was a bad idea. This is only my second time carving pumpkins. I don't know anything, okay? I literally know nothing when it comes to carving pumpkins. So please don't roast me because it is literally everything comes down to a lack of information, a lack of knowledge because, you know. Yeah, but what I was saying earlier, like with the whole YouTube thing, how like, you know, I just kind of want to do me. So like that's obviously like that's why I like made the new channel. And let me grab the link to that for anybody that's watching that isn't subscribed. I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately, and largely for that is to kind of figure out like what do I want to do? You know, like what do I want to do on this channel? Like what is the content that I want to make? And you should try uploading more vids to attract people to your channel. I mean, it's easier said than done. I can say that with huge confidence. And like I was saying, been going through a lot. Okay. I always feel like I sound like a bitch when I say like I've been going through a lot. Max, let's see. What did he say? Jacob, I've been going through a tough time as well, with like my dad and like my old school torturing me with testing and stuff. And what I find helps is seeing a therapist once a week. Also, sorry, this may be my last donate for a while. Thank you very, very much, Max. And I am sorry that I've seen some of the stuff that you've been saying in Discord, and like I don't know, sometimes I don't know what to say in response, especially when like it's like something like really heavy and it like just kind of like, oh, I didn't like expect that. But I do hope everything works out, Max, and I hope that your tests go well, and I hope that your dad heals quickly. I've seen a lot of kids that have gone through obviously similar situations with camp, and it sucks. Cancer sucks. But I hope that it gets better. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I was getting the link to this. So here's the link to my new channel if anybody's interested in that. I haven't posted anything there yet, but if anybody does want to go to the channel and subscribe, what are we at right now? We're at 168 currently. So eventually I'll like shout it out like when I have a video or two up on there, and I'll shout it out like on the actual in like an actual video. But yeah, basically I've just been like really trying to think of like what do I want, like what is the content that I want to make? Like what is the content that I find funny? What is the content that I've enjoyed the most making over the years, 2 years. So I guess it is years. We're actually coming up on my 2-year anniversary of being back on YouTube, which is cool. It's actually really cool if you think about it. That's like, this all started from a bet. Literally all started from a bet, and who would have known that I loved it so much. But yeah, I mean, when I look back and I think about the content that I like, that I've enjoyed making the most, definitely it's always the things where I come up with the idea and I have to put another spin on it that makes it related to Nintendo or to video games or something like that. That's always the content that I've enjoyed making the most because it's the least restrictive. And I'm not going to lie, I do feel like I've like kind of trapped myself in a box when it comes to Jacob's Ocarina, this channel, because obviously people subscribe for Nintendo content. And if I ever stray away from Nintendo content, it doesn't do well. You can look at my last Ludwig episode, not too hot. And I've been wanting to try some new things with Ludwig. I honestly think that the next one, I'm just not even going to say it's a Ludwig. I'm just going to throw the title up there, not even put it in the thumbnail, and just have it be the title. And it will still be a Ludwig in the video, but just not going to be the, not going to be like, I don't know, like, very visible that it's a Ludwig. But, the car talk was kind of like a little bit of a test for certain stuff, and I definitely like, wow, like that car vlog. I talk to myself in the car all the time. I don't know if I'm crazy, but I talk to myself a lot actually. I find that like instead of just thinking it, because obviously people think things all the time, like you think to yourself. Instead of thinking, I just literally sit there and talk to myself. I don't know if that's weird. Maybe it's weird, but obviously, like, this new channel, like, it's not going to be video game related. I want to try to detach it from video games as much as possible, and I want it to be about the other facets of my life. I'm sure video games will be mentioned, but yeah, I definitely just want it to be something that's, I want separation between them as much as possible. And yeah, the little car vlog was a little bit of like maybe like a test into doing that. And Manboy, I just want to note really quick because you asked. No, I hate Halloween actually, mainly because it's in fall. What the hell is wrong with me? Jacob, your new channel doesn't have to be restricted. Like, literally make any videos you want. No, and that's the thing. But like, definitely, like, I want to make sure that I'm making content that I want to make. And obviously, like, I've probably been overthinking it because I literally, where's my journal? Not journal, it's kind of a journal, I guess. It's not really. It's just my planner. I write notes down in my planner because that's just kind of, where I keep things, video ideas organized for the moment. And like, all like 2 pages full of video ideas. Like, there's like 50 something ideas that I've written down because my mind has just been going freaking wild. Like, I watch a video and I'm like, oh wow, like I could put a spin on that. I could do my own version of that. You know, I could make a joke out of that. And it's nice because it doesn't feel restricted, because if I look back at all the videos that I've enjoyed making the most on Jacob's Ocarina, it is always ideas that either stem from something else that isn't gaming related or is not a gaming related idea in like at first, and I have to make it about Nintendo or about video games. Case in point, How to Cook Like Link. That literally started out as me wanting to make... Actually, you could go back to the first one, How to Make a Nintendo Cake. That was me saying, well, I like cooking and I like making food, so why don't I make like a joke parody about it? There's a lot of like obviously legitimate cooking channels. Why don't I like make a joke about it? Like make a little almost like character that goes along with it. And that's what I did, and I freaking love it. Like, I love doing that. And like the How to Cook Like Link videos are like some of my favorite videos that I've ever made, because they're just fun. They're fun to do. They're fun to edit, and they're fun to watch. Like, when you can watch your own content and laugh at it, like, that's great. Like, I still will go back and watch How to Cook Like Link 1, and, like, I'll laugh at myself because I think I'm funny. Like, I think I'm relatively funny, but I like, me as personally, I think my jokes are funny because they're my jokes, and I say jokes that go along with my humor, so I laugh at myself. And then the other thing that I feel like has kind of really made me, like, open my eyes is Lewig. I love making Lewigs. Obviously, I don't edit them. I've never edited one of the Lewigs. And part of that reason is, one, because I'm not, like, the best at editing, and it takes, like, a long time to edit something like Lewig. And Dom has been editing for me for a few months now. Before he edited for me, like, a month before we even started Lewig. And basically, like, I feel like Lewig has become, like, Dom and I's, like, thing almost. Dom is Super Toasty Toast, if any of you guys know Super Toasty Toast. But he's been editing for me. And making the Lewigs, the idea started out, I saw Yai. And I was like, this is such a good idea. Like, I've been watching Yai for years. But I saw Yai and was like, this is super fun. I love this. Because it's like, the humor just builds on each other. And so I wanted to kind of do my own rendition of it, my own kind of spin off of it. And that's where I kind of came up with Lewig, where I was like, well, how can I make this about gaming? And that was my next thought, rather than something else. Like, you know, first off, I just want to say, reverse Q&A was not pioneered by Jack Soames. I don't know who did it. There's almost no such thing as an original idea when it comes to YouTube. Like, completely original. That does not draw inspiration from anything ever. Everything always comes from something else. That's just how it works. It started out from, we still draw inspiration from nature. We go and we saw lightning, and we're like, we saw lightning make fire, and we're like, yo, dude, that's tight as fuck. So we went and we made our own fire. We saw lightning kill people because it shocked them. And we're like, yo, dude, that's tight as fuck. Let's make electricity. So we made electricity. And, like, you know, it's stuff like that where, like, you know, people kind of freak out about it. But, like, you know, obviously everything comes from inspiration, I feel like, to some sense. And yeah, so, like, I wanted to do, like, my own thing with Yai because I really loved the idea. And oh, shoot, that relation between original ideas and nature and lightning got deep. I'm telling you, no, it's like, that's the thing. It's like, you can't, anybody that tries to say you're, okay, it's obviously tell when somebody's, like, blatantly copying it. But, like, I genuinely don't think that Lewig and Yai are very similar. The general concept is the same, but Jack Soames also goes like, bam, 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 bam. I try to say, like, a joke or something along with every single time, like, I read one of the comments, and I try to elaborate more, and I try to make it a little bit discussion-based here and there. You ever want to go skydiving? I do want to go skydiving, man boy. Yeah, so I really wanted to make something like Yai, and so that's where Lewig was born, and I love making it because it's just, it's so nice because, one, the comedy level of it, you have you guys that supply the comments, so that's like one tier of, like, comedy, and then you have me, which is another tier of not that, like, my jokes are better than yours, because most of the time they're not, but it's like a joke, and then I make a joke, and then Dom makes a joke. So there's, like, 3 layers of comedy. So somewhere in the mix, there should be something that's funny. You know, between 3 people making a joke together, like, something's gotta click somewhere, you know? And I love it. I love it so much. I get so excited when Dom texts me that the Lewig is up. Honestly, sometimes, like, if I know that it's supposed to go up on Thursday, I just wake up and I check without him even texting me. I'll just check periodically throughout the day because sometimes he'll upload it, and then, like, obviously he has to wait for it to upload and process before he lets me know. And so I just watch it on my own. He's like, yo, it's up. And I was like, boy, I already watched it. I'm uploading it, like, right now. And I love them. I look forward to making them, and it's just like, they're just so fun. They're so fun to do because it's just like, it's some of the only content that I feel like I've done that like I can genuinely just like completely be myself. The Jacob's ready, layer a crap ton of humor and hope someone will laugh at something. That's literally how like comedy works. Any like stand-up comedian, that's how you can only hope that people are gonna find you funny. The wig editing is pretty unique and funny. They've been getting better, but do you face the issue of being limited by the number of tweets and comments you get? Most responses have been pretty good. Usually no, and honestly the last one, the EA one, was it the EA one? I thought that there were not going to be like a lot of good comments, and like that was honestly, Luig 10 was my favorite one that I've done yet. That was like, oh my god, what the heck just happened? Ow! I just like went to snap my finger and it feels like my hand just bounced. Like a spring just went off in my hand. Oh my god. Yeah, and so like I love making the Luigs, and I feel like I can just genuinely just be myself and have, you know, the comedic expression that like I like to do. And I just feel like there's a lot of other content that I can't do that in. You know, if I'm doing like a reaction video to like, you know, or an unboxing, you know, it's hard to like do that. There's only so much that you can add into it, like that you can put into, wait, hold on, where'd the background couch go? The room don't feel cozy anymore. Yeah, no, I moved the couch right here, and I moved the TV stand. I like switched the spot for the shelf and the couch. I did that like 3 weeks ago. I did that a while ago. But the thing with the Luigs though is obviously like they haven't been doing well. Like they don't do nearly as well like as an unboxing video or a reaction video or pretty much any other video. And I can definitely tell that from uploading them, my other content has taken hits because I don't know why. It takes a while. Like when you post a video and it doesn't do well, Nathaniel Bandy was talking about this on Twitter today, you know, it takes a little bit for it to like get back up. And I don't know why that is, and it kind of sucks. And obviously I can tell that Luigs, the people who have watched them always love them. I don't think I've gotten any negative, like one genuine negative comment on a Luig video, ever. Out of all 10 that I've made, I don't think, beside people saying that I'm copying Jack's films, nobody has posted like anything like critical about them or negative. And like, that's awesome. And to me, like, that's great because I know the people who are watching them love it. But obviously not everybody who subscribed is clicking on them because it doesn't interest them. But I can tell that the people who do, like, there's that core base that loves the Luigs. And it's pretty discouraging. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it really sucks because I love making Luigs, but they obviously aren't received well, and that's kind of why I'm trying with the next one to like literally not even brand it as a Luig. And like this was also like me trying to like reach out into like a more broad video game audience, but I'm not gonna lie, like when it comes to younger kids that I feel like play Nintendo, they really don't, I don't know, it just seems like they don't play any other video games besides Nintendo games. And you can look at the Nintendo hater videos, and boy, can you see that very, very clearly. Because holy crap, the amount of just hate comments about Harrison hating Nintendo and how Nintendo is like the freaking god is ridiculous. And even people, like even me ridiculing in my most recent video in the unboxing for Super Mario, where I was like ridiculing Nintendo for their poor actions when it comes to the game, and people are like, oh, blah, 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 Nintendo this, Nintendo that, like, they're great, like, you really shouldn't complain about it because local multiplayer is awesome, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but that's not the point. That's like when people ridicule, like, the Switch Online, like, and saying, like, oh, well, it's really not that bad. Like, it's not nearly as much as Xbox Gold or whatever, or PlayStation Plus, and it's like, that's not the point. The point is that they're still selling you $20, and we're not getting anything different than what we were getting before for free. And, like, you can tell, like, Nintendo people, especially like younger audiences, I feel like, and I can kind of attest to that a little bit, because when I was younger, I didn't really play anything else besides Nintendo, especially like in middle school. Like, oh my god, like I was about it. But again, I've always played other games though, like because my brothers always played other games, and I always played, you know, Star Wars: The Old Republic was a part of my life for a long time, but like some of these kids, like all they care about is Nintendo, and so when I go and I make a video about EA, they literally just don't care, because I know that the audience that interacts a lot isn't young. Usually, I feel like the audience that genuinely interacts a lot is older. Especially in the Lewigs, and in most of my videos, I would say it's an older audience, and the younger audience kind of maybe gets overshadowed by the older audience, which is rare usually, because usually the younger audience overpowers the older audience. But I definitely know that I have like a pretty significant younger audience. I'm very aware of that. I'm only 13 and I'm active. I'm talking like kids that are like under the age of 12, that like 13 I would consider like, you know, when you're 13, I feel like you're pretty aware of the video game community. I don't feel like there's a lot of high schoolers who sit there and just like only love Nintendo and will attest to anything that Nintendo does. I feel like there's not a lot of people that do that. Yeah, it's just like you can really tell that these kids are like hardcore, like only about Nintendo, because obviously the Lewigs don't do well, and the Lewigs that are and I've seen it, the Lewigs that are explicitly about Nintendo, obviously they always do better. The EA one might be my worst one. I did a Fortnite one and nobody watched it, and I was like, that's strange. Maybe it's because it's branded Lewig and they don't, you know, I don't know. And yeah, it's just so like, that's why I'm trying to do something different. But like, I realized that with the Lewigs, I was like, well, this is the content I really, really like making. Like, I enjoy doing stuff like this. I just enjoy being goofy and funny, and not that I dislike making Nintendo content. I love, and I never want to stop. Like, I never want to stop reacting to the directs. I never want to stop doing unboxing videos and stuff like that, and, you know, stupid skits, because I love that. Like, that's great. Yeah, no, Cairo, you're totally right. No, they just close-minded. That's how kids are usually. I agree. I think a lot, because Nintendo has a lot of variation when it comes to games. Like Pokemon and Zelda have enough content to keep kids entertained for yeah, no, you're right. And I know exactly why the kids are like that, because I was to some extent like that. You mean overreacting to the direct? Let me just say, Earth's Geomancer, I do not fake almost anything on this channel. Like, period. Like, when it comes to, like, the directs, like, when I sat there and I cried because Crom was announced, that was, like, genuine excitement. So, I don't know, I don't really like when people, like, I just get excited. Like, I'm just a very excitable, like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm on cocaine, but, like, I'm not actually on cocaine. I'm not doing blow or anything like that. No, I'm literally just extra. Like, I'm over dramatic, and like, that's just how I react to things. I get really, really excited. I don't really like when people call me like, this is so fake, blah, blah, blah. No, I just really freaking love The Legend of Zelda, and will literally piss my pants at any news about it. Jacob's actually that extra. He's that extra. Yeah, no, that's all genuine. And I try to not make anything fake, period. I'm a terrible liar, which means I'm a terrible actor. I'm not good at, I can act, but it has to be like I don't know, like I can't lie. Like, so like when it comes to like illegitimate stuff like that, and like, it's just, that's not fake. Like I don't fake things. And that's just how I've always been. You can literally, like, you can ask anybody in my life if I'm a bad liar, and I can guarantee that they will all attest to me being a terrible liar. Jacob's cocaine arena. Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Jacob, you should do Streamlabs tests to practice faking reactions to donates. Like Drew. Yeah, no, I just get really excited really easily. I've always been a very like everybody has like strong emotions. Some people just like suppress them, but like I've never really been like one to like suppress my emotions. So like yes, I will very willingly cry in front of somebody because I'm either sad or excited or happy, whatever it may be. Like I'll just do it. Jacob IRL is exactly the person who he portrays himself to be in YouTube. Actually, he's weirder IRL. No, I'm not gonna lie. I think that the most accurate portrayal of my personality is in when I'm driving. That's when my mind just is my mind because I can talk and nobody can hear me and I'm just in my own little universe. I'm in my own bubble. And like, dude, it's weird. It's weird. I will attest to it. Like, it's almost like a different person sometimes when I'm in the car. It's weird. Like I've said weird a lot, but like I get weird. And sometimes I've like considered like just putting like a permanent dash cam in my car facing me and always have it on while I'm driving because the shit that I say sometimes boggles my mind. The only thing fake about Jacob is his ass. It's pretty true. I really don't have much of a butt. You know, it's like not non-existent. Should this be censored? But like nobody in my family really has like a strong butt. So yeah, sorry you guys just all had to look at my ass. That was kind of weird. But yeah, no. So like I've never really had a big butt, but like, you know, I'm trying to work on that. I've been doing the elliptical a lot and I go freaking hard, dude. I put it on like 15 setting for like the uphill and I'm literally like, you know, running is like this, you know, and I'm literally doing this. So it's just working my glutes and my quads. Yeah, no, like I've been working on my butt, don't worry. So like, yeah, I wouldn't say my butt's fake, but like, it's just not really present. Anyways, so, back to like the moral of the story. I'm so sorry I started this whole conversation. Yeah, so basically the whole premise of the new channel is I just want to like make more content. And that's like one of the reasons I feel like I definitely should be doing more instead of just trying to think. I should just do instead of like plan. But I feel like I just like, there's almost like a little bit of pressure because it is not my first channel. It's not going to be, you know, my first video ever. It's going to be my first video on that channel, obviously, but there's already a subscriber base. And there will be other people that subscribe. There'd be like similar to PB and Jacob, where I'm sure that it will jump up to about 1K views or whatever. And why is my nose like red? I don't know. I feel like there's like a red dot right there. And so like I do feel like a little bit of pressure with it because it's not like a clean start. It's not like it's not just like, clean slate or anything. It is to an extent, but obviously I feel like there is some level of an expectation of quality almost, and I just want to make sure that when I do post the first video, which Jacob third channel first vid 1080p HD. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Yeah, and like I don't know, I feel like a little bit of pressure to make a good video and make good videos on it, and like that's why like I don't know, I should probably experiment a little bit in what I really want to do. But yeah, I don't know. It's just lately it's just God, I hate living in Marietta so much. I hate living here. It is honestly the source of probably like 95% of okay, that's a lie. Like probably okay. The thing is I feel like all of the things that make me upset in my life kind of umbrella in just living in this area when it comes to like my family situation, my living situation, and my friend situation. It's all just encompassed under where I live. And yeah, it's just like, dude, it sucks. I thought you were just gonna say I hate living. No, I don't hate living. I love being alive, and I do not hate my life, and I do not think that I'm like clinically depressed or anything like that. Oh my god, Bored. I've been watching the streams and loving them. Dude, Bored, thank you so much for the super chat donate. Thank you. Can we get some board hype in the chat? It sounds a little weird saying, can we get board hype? But thank you. Move to New York. I mean, okay, it's not like you can't just move to New York. Like you can't just yeet to New York. Like that costs a lot of money, and I'm not at a point in my career where I can just do that. I can't just get up and leave. As much as I wish I could, I can't. And that does suck. But I don't know, I'm just like, there's just so many things, and it's just like I like literally want so much more in my life than I have right now, and I just feel so like I know like my goals are clear, like I know what I want and I know what it takes to get there. It's just like there's like almost just no willpower to do so. Like it's just like I can't like it's so difficult for me sometimes to actually like do it. And it's not because I lack the passion per se. It's not because I lack the enjoyment. It's just like the motivation just isn't there. And it's like there's like some weird disconnect because I know when I do actually do it, I'm happy. I can see when I edit videos, I look at myself and I'm like, wow, he's happy. Like, and I can see when when I watch the Lewigs, I'm like, wow, I'm happy. I know that when I'm sitting here streaming right now, I'm happy. Like, there's not really many streams where like I'm actually like hardcore depresso, because if I'm like, really sad, like I tend to not want to stream anyways. No, I don't plan on going to New York for Let's Go, but I am going there in less than 2 weeks now, and I'm very excited to freaking leave, and just get out for a little while. But yeah, it's just like it's hard because there's like so many things. Well, I mean, the thing is like you can't just do a GoFundMe to get me to New York, because I have to be able to still live in New York and afford New York when I get there, Unless you're gonna give me like $100,000 so I can just live there for a few years. Though I heard moving in with friends either breaks the friendship or makes it better. I feel like that's a matter of maturity when it comes to that. Yes, I will definitely see. I'm literally staying with Alex in New York, so don't live in a small town at all. I'm in the suburbs of Atlanta. Like, I'm not in a small town. I'm completely surrounded by a bunch of stuff, and I'm like 30 minutes. I'm like 20 to 30 minutes away from like downtown Atlanta, depending on the time of day. Maybe when you're in New York. If you're near the Albany area, you should come and visit our Nintendo Club. If I am, I would love to do so. That would be great, Mr. Vaca. Like, that would actually be great. Yeah, it's just like, it sucks because it feels like there's a disconnect, and it's like it's like almost like it's so situational, because I know that when I'm in New York, dude, I just want to like do. Like, all I want to do is do. Like, I just want to do stuff, and like I'll just go and I will sit in a Starbucks and I will edit for 6 straight hours, and I do not care. I did that once. I literally went in the Starbucks and I sat in my seat for the entire day. I think I was there for 8 hours, and I was just editing videos. And this was, I think, after the Odyssey launch, and I just cranked through like 2 or 3 vlogs and just got it done. And I was like, wow, like, and that's like, oh my god, to get that level of like do here is like not possible, which is one of the reasons why I got Dom as an editor, because I literally needed help making content, because it was difficult for me, especially because editing's not my favorite thing. Like, I definitely enjoy being in front of the camera, like live. Like, I love live streaming, and I never want to stop live streaming, no matter how big I get. I will always want to live stream, and yeah, it's just like, remember, you have so many people that love you and mirror your motivation to keep going. Well, it's like, and I know you guys love me. Like, okay, I don't want to say that and sound conceited, but I know you guys support me, and like, but the thing is also like, I've never like, I've talked about this with my friends. I don't know if I really want to say it on camera, because I don't want to like paint anybody in my life in a bad light. Like, I don't want anybody to like think poorly of like, like my family or anything like that. but like I don't really get a lot of support from them. Um, and that's honestly probably one of the hardest things I feel like, is because a lot of times I just feel like uncomfortable. And it's weird because like streaming is like one of the things like I never feel uncomfortable streaming. Like even if my brother was like sitting outside the door listening, I don't care. And maybe that's just because I got so used to that when I was at UGA. But I don't know. It's like it's not that I shouldn't say that my family isn't supportive so much as they just don't show like an interest. And I feel like that's honestly, of all the things that are like discouraging to me, like that's probably it. And like I don't know, I don't feel like I have like, I don't know if I would ever like mention that to any of them. But like the people who have shown like the most interest, like my little sister, obviously, like Anna comes on the streams all the time. She's helped me with videos and stuff. Like Anna's always been there for it. And like I don't care. Like I'll film in front of Anna. Like I don't care. But like everybody else, is just like, I feel like my extended family cares more about it than my immediate family. And like even like out of my entire family minus my little sister, because she kind of, you know, she's like grown up with it like, you know, I have, and she like gets it and she's been around it for, you know, she knows it better. My mom's boyfriend, Jeff, literally comes on the streams. He doesn't come on nearly as regularly as he used to, but like my Caitlin's also like relatively supportive. I don't know, Caitlin's kind of weird. Caitlin's my stepsister. But like Jeff, my mom's boyfriend, is like literally loves it. Like loves the idea of YouTube. And he's one of the only people that is like in my like immediate life that is, besides maybe like who am I trying to think? Like my friends, like some of my friends, like Harrison has shown like a lot of interest in YouTube. And that's nice because like he cares and he'll like text me about like my channel and stuff, and like sometimes he'll text me like, hey, your videos aren't doing as well, and I'm like, I know, Harrison, you don't think I check my social blade multiple times a day? I know I literally never need anybody to tell me that my videos are doing poorly ever. Because, and I don't think any content creator does, because we know, like we always know. And if you are a content creator, you know as well. But it's just like it just sucks because like I feel like really uncomfortable filming, especially like my dad works from home, so he's usually here during the day, and I don't mind, you know, filming in the basement. That's one thing because there's like 2 floors between us. I don't really care about filming here. But like I also like try to not really film like when my brother's home, because I know he can hear me usually, especially like if he's doing like homework or something. Right now I think he's playing Fortnite. He's been playing Fortnite pretty recently. It's like I feel like if I get started when he's not here and then he shows up when I'm mid filming, then it's not like a big deal. But like filming like a Lewig, I've never filmed a Lewig while my brother, anybody was like present in the downstairs. Are you in a dorm or in a house? I'm in my dad's basement, so I'm in a house. And this is definitely not a dorm. Yeah, no, because like Lewigs are loud, so I feel like doing like really loud content I probably wouldn't do. But like it's weird because like I'm fine streaming, but like filming videos in front of people, like I don't know, I'm more comfortable filming in public. I feel like filming in front of my dad, I literally could never. Like thinking about that, like I can't. I genuinely don't think that like I can film in front of my dad. I just don't think I can do that. And that's what I mean like when I say like I'm uncomfortable to film. Like going upstairs, you know, like I would love to film more PB and Jacob videos, but I don't want to ever film them when my dad's home because I know he'll be able to hear me. And that like for whatever reason just makes me incredibly uncomfortable. And because I don't know, I feel like out of almost everybody in my family, like I have a really big family. I have 4 like blood siblings and 3 step siblings. So I have 1 older sister who's 29, 2 older brothers who are 24 and 25, and a younger sister who's 14. And then I have 3 step siblings who are 14, 12, and 8, I think. So I have a really big family. And out of all of them, my step siblings honestly probably show more interest in, I don't know. My older brother Josh, who like lives with me down here, he's shown like some interest, but not, I don't know. He'll watch the streams occasionally actually, which is nice. But I feel like out of everybody, I feel like my dad has been, and again, I don't want to like make my dad seem like a bad person, because my dad's not a bad person, and I love my dad, and I have like a good relationship with my father, but he just has never really been, even from like the get-go, when I like originally said that I was gonna, leave school, from the get-go, he was like, no, this is a bad idea. Like, you shouldn't do that. My mom was like, you need to do what you need to do. Like, if that's what you feel like you need to do, then as long as you can make it happen, then I can't say anything. That was my mom's reaction. And that's kind of how my mom's been with pretty much everything, was like, you do you. You need to do what you need to do. Get it done. Right? And that's kind of how my mom has been. So my mom is supportive, and my dad is supportive as well. Like, obviously my dad lets me live here. And I don't have to like pay him rent, which is awesome. But just doesn't, like, like I said, like, they're supportive. Like, they're glad that I'm doing what I want to be doing. I don't ever talk to them about any of the like deep emotion. I've never really had like that sort of relationship with my parents where I talk about like my emotions with them. But my dad just has shown almost zero interest in it. And I don't know if it's because he probably doesn't know a lot about YouTube anyways. And I've talked about it with YouTube, but it's more about like, it's about the money. If I pretty much ever talk to my dad about YouTube, it's always about money. And that kind of sucks. I don't know, it's just like, it's hard to explain, because it's like, it's not that they like don't support it, it's just they don't care. And that's like, I don't know, that's just like really shitty. And like, because it's like, it's obviously something that I care about a lot, but they don't. And I don't know if my dad has ever seen more than like 2 of my videos, yet alone any of my live streams. The only thing that he's seen of my live streams is when he like comes downstairs and he hears me talking. That's it. And that's like, I would love to, like, I don't know, if like my dad was to just ask me like, hey, what are you thinking of doing for your next video? I honestly think I would maybe cry. Because, like, the only question he's ever asked me about YouTube was, when are you streaming next? Or are you streaming tonight? And, like, that's it. This is a little too personal for me. I know, this is actually getting, like, really, really personal. I think they're trying to understand it because there might be a barrier since they might not fully get it. But simply, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, my dad has just never even, like, tried to, like, figure it out. Which is, like, which sucks, but I don't know. And that's one of the reasons why I want to leave. Just because it's not that I dislike my family, but the environment that I'm living in, Jake, you're totally okay. It's okay to be personal and do what's more comfortable. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not, like, trying to get, like, too into detail. Like, I've had breakdowns about it. But we're not going to talk about that. What if Alex asks you to move in with him? Alex does not have room in his apartment for me to live with him. And we actually were considering living with each other for a little while, but that kind of fell through. We just decided to wait. But thank you very much, Board, for another Super Chat donate. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I don't think I'll ever live with Alex. Unless it's like, I don't know, like a big house or something. They just want you to have a nice life and a traditional 9-to-5 job, because to them that's stable and allow you to be independent. They just don't. No, and then you're totally right. My mom definitely understands it more than my dad, but my dad is like, you should be working 9 to 5. And I'm like, that's not exactly how it works. Like, that's not exactly how it works. That's just the easiest way to boil it down, is you can't just like say like, oh, you need 9 to 5. Like, obviously you need to put in the work, but like, I don't know. It's, he sees me like get up and go to the gym, and he's like thinks that I'm just like wasting time. And I'm like, honestly, I feel like the only thing that has really like really kept me going these last few weeks was the fact that like I've been trying to build like a really healthy routine with exercise and nutrition. and like I've seen like really good results, and that's like one of the only things that have made me feel better about myself, was that physically I feel better about myself. Mentally I don't really, but like I mean physically feeling better helps me a little bit mentally, but yeah, it's just like I literally like all I wish is that like my parents would just ask me about it, you know? Mainly just because like, you know, if I didn't live with them, then I feel like it wouldn't matter as much, but like I literally talk to my dad about his job all the time. You know, like my dad like works for Sprint, and like, you know, obviously I don't think working for Sprint is like his passion, but I know he likes his job, and like I talk to him about it all the time. Like all the time, and he'll like talk to me about it. And I'm like, you think I understand telecommunications? No. That is like weird. I don't understand telecommunications, but like I ask him questions. Like now I understand it. Like now I kind of get how telecommunications works, and it's because I asked my dad about it and I inquired. And I know my dad's also like not really like the most like relatable person. He's never been like the most like emotionally understanding, I guess. I don't know. He's like kind of weird. Like I love my dad. Like he's great and he's taught me a lot of things, but like I feel like understanding people is not his strongest suit. They know how much Alex has accomplished. That's the thing. Like I talk to them. Like it's just like I've talked to them about YouTube. They just don't show any interest. And it's mostly me bringing it up, and my dad's not really like, I wouldn't say he's stoic, because my dad's also not like manly man like at all. Like at all. Like my dad has never been like that. My dad has never been one to like teach us to like suppress him. Like my dad is not like, you know, anything like that. He's just, I don't really know how to like talk about that. I don't know. He just like doesn't really like, if anything, it's almost like he just doesn't understand the emotions, if anything. Like he just doesn't like, it just doesn't like socially inadept, I would say. I don't know if that's like a good description. Yeah, it's just like I like talk about, you know, YouTube with my parents. It's mostly me bringing it up, and like, you know, like my dad would like talk about it, but he's not really like enthralled or anything. Like the other day, this kind of hit me. I was really excited because I just recently got like my first paid sponsorship for a video, which is like really awesome. That's like this company just is paying me money to like put an ad in a video. And like that's like really exciting to me, because I've done, you know, brand deals before, but it's always, you know, they just send me the product and then I shout them out, and there's like a, you know, another thing that goes with it. And you know, I was like sitting there, my brother and my dad were in my room, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, hey, like I got my first like paid sponsorship. And like that was kind of like it. Like I don't know, like I sounded like really excited about it, and it just wasn't like it just, there was nothing on their side. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, that one stung a little bit, cuz I was like, that was me like unintentionally, like I feel like kind of like trying to reach out a little bit, and it just didn't grab onto it. You know, what was my first deal? My first one was with Movement, about like 6 months ago. But yeah, and it's like, yeah, that like didn't feel great. And again, like I don't want anybody to think that like my parents are bad people. Like my dad's not a bad person. He just doesn't, it just hasn't shown interest in what I'm doing. And has never really tried. And I feel like part of that is because maybe he doesn't know how to like reach out and ask. But at the same time, like I don't know, it's like, it's tricky because like I don't know, like it's like so late in the game. Like how do I just like I've like gotten in like minor fights with him about it sometimes, and like he'll like say something like, Dad, you don't even watch my videos. I think at one time I asked him, I was like, what was the last video of mine you watched? And he said something, and it was like a video that I made like 8 months ago. And I was like, wow, that's cool. And yeah, it just, I don't know. This is like really, really personal stuff. Like, this is really personal. But, yeah, it's just, yeah, that's like, that's hard. Also, oh my gosh, Sandstorm. I'm sorry. I had to take off the friendship bracelets the other day. Like, I think I took them off like the day after like I saw you, and like I'm really sorry, but like I started noticing that like when I was like at the gym and working out, like they were literally too tight on my wrist because my like arm will get like not like swollen, but like, you get like a pump in your arm, and like, you will like inflate almost like a bubble. And so like they were like almost like cutting off like my restriction to like blood flow to my hand, and so like I decided that I needed to take them off. I still have all of them, like they're still all like right here, but like I just thought I would tell you that. I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with them yet. But yeah, moral of the story, I really just want to like make new content and move away, because I feel like all of my like major problems, like obviously like me getting discouraged by my family wouldn't really be much of a problem if I wasn't like around my family all the time. So yeah, that's like, yeah, that's like, that's everything that I've been going through really. And then, I mean, obviously there's also like, I don't have like really any friends here. Harrison's probably like the one friend that I like really like to hang out with, but his schedule's like the opposite of mine. I don't know. I don't really hang out with Seven much. And then everybody else is like in school. Honestly, like one of the people from here that I've like honestly, the person like from high school that I've kept in touch with the most is probably my ex-girlfriend. I have like a very like healthy relationship with my ex-girlfriend. I don't know, like she knows me really well, and like I had the same conversation with her a few days ago about all of this. Literally get me out of this house so I can thrive. I feel that so hard, Diego. Like, and yeah, it feels like I have everything I need. Like, I have all the cards. I know what I want. Like, I have the hand. I have the hand dealt to me. This is index cards and a business card. I have the hand. The cards are in my hand. I just can't put them down. It's like I'm literally sitting here playing like, what game? I don't know. Texas Hold'em, you don't really like. I guess like Texas Hold'em. I have the cards. I'm literally holding like a royal flush, but I don't want to put it down. That's what it feels like sometimes. And like, why? I don't know. I literally don't know. Yes, I quit college for YouTube a long time ago. I shouldn't say I quit college specifically for YouTube. I quit college because it wasn't for me, and I got really depressed. So I feel like saying YouTube is almost like an understatement. So yeah. Investing in stocks is, I don't have money to do that, first off. Yeah, and it's just like, so like, I feel like it's literally just like one step at a time. Like, I know like my next step, post the first video. The second step, post the second video. And I just like need to go from there. That's like, I feel like that's all that I can really do at this point. Why did my chat freeze? Okay, it's back. Sorry, my chat like stopped working. Bitcoin is not a good investment right now. Is it stressful working with YouTube? No, I wouldn't say like YouTube typically doesn't really like stress me out. I've always been really good at stress management. I don't get stressed, which is also probably part of my problem, because I don't really get stressed, and I've always been good at coping with stress. For the longest time, I don't know why. It just like stress never really gets to me, and so like that aspect of it, like I never feel like a lot of pressure to do things. Not just for YouTubers, but artists in general. One can wander for years before feeling that they're living their dream and aren't being held back by their own fears and uncertainties. Yeah, no, and like, I don't know. I'm trying to just take control of the things that I can. Like, I've decided that, like, personally for me, I want to be, like, 175, like, weight. Like, I want to weigh 175 to 180 pounds. And I want to have, like, 10 to 8% body fat. That's, like, my goal. Which means that I need to personally lose, currently, probably 10 to 15 pounds of fat. And then gain that in muscle. Which would obviously take a really, really long time. That's why I've been going to the gym so much. Oh, my mom told me to move out if I didn't get a job Sunday. Like, I don't stream and I'm a full-time student. Sorry about that depressing-ish. But, like, oh, wow. I'm glad that, like, my dad hasn't, like, threatened to kick me out or anything like that. But I'm really sorry. No, that's exactly... It's just, like... Yeah, no, I mean, there's everybody, like, there's, like, certain spaces where, like, you feel like you can express yourself, and I don't feel like, boy, you look 140 pounds. I'm currently 165. So I want to put on probably, like, a solid 20 pounds of muscle. Also, so what? You say, boy, you look 140? What does that have to do with anything? It's called hard work, dude. There's been plenty of people who have gone from, like, 120 pounds to 200 pounds. That's, like... a stupid argument to say, and that's actually, like, I don't know, saying that, like, okay, I'm gonna be real right here. That is, like, that I wouldn't call that, like, body shaming, but that's, like, me super excited, super happy about, like, wanting to, you know, better myself, better my body, be, you know, in a body that I like, you know, and be comfortable in myself, and then somebody goes and says, boy, you're like, ugh, blah, 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 like, well, okay, I don't know, like, I don't know if that was, like, I know it was, like, a typo. You said 160. I don't know if, like, I'm not really sure how that was meant to be taken. I don't know. Again, sorry if I just kind of went off, but, yeah, no, I just, like, I just want to, I can probably bench, I actually have never done bench press. I've only do dumbbell press. And currently I'm up to, like, I start with 40 for 8, and then I do 45 for 8, and then I do 50 till failure. Or I'll do, like, the 45 till failure, because sometimes, like, I'll fail at 7. And then usually I can get, like, 6 with the 50 right now. And that's, like, so 50 pound dumbbells, one in each arm. Wasn't meant to roast you, but to say you are fine where you are and you look great for where you are. Sorry for the mistake. Okay, yeah, no, it's totally fine. Like, I'm sorry for, like, kind of overreacting. But, like, again, also, that's, like, another thing, too, where it's, like, I'm not, like, doing anything, like, unhealthy to myself. I'm not starving myself, or anything like that. And so, like, I don't know. I just, like, want to do me. You know what I mean? What's up? And bench press is great. But sometimes if you push too hard, oh, yeah, no, I mean, it's not that I, like, it's not like I'm scared to try bench press or anything. Dumbbell press is pretty much, like, a better way to do bench. Gives you you can get a more full range of motion, and you also get the independence in your muscle movements. And so, like, you know, you can, like, if you have good form and you, like, know how to handle the bar, but, yeah, no, that's why I do dumbbell press mainly because it's better for you. So yeah, that's why I've never, and also, like, when it comes to bench too, it's a little bit more dangerous in the sense of, like, dropping the bar. You can't, I feel like I wouldn't be able to push myself to failure every time, because there's definitely a lot of times where I've gotten, you know, I'll literally be pushing up and my arm will stop here and I can't get it up any higher. And I would not be able to rack that weight if I was on bench. But then I can just drop the dumbbells, you know? You can't just, if you drop the bar, you're gonna choke and die. Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely, like, I was reading some information, because Yarka kind of brought it to my attention for the first time, was different types of, like, body types and metabolisms. I definitely gain pretty easily. I'm a pretty easy gainer, which is good for me, but I also, like, gain fat pretty easily. So I have to, like, really, really watch myself with my, like, eating. But, like, I don't know. Like, I've noticed like a big difference, especially like in my biceps and in my chest lately. And I don't know. I've just like, also like my shoulder strength, because I've gone from like in the last couple weeks, which this may not seem like a lot, but I can do unassisted pull-ups, right? However, like, I can't do 8 of them at like a pace that is beneficial to actually like making me build muscle. You know what I mean? Like, I can go and sit there and crank out, 5 really fast, but I can't sit there and like up, down, up, down. Like, I can't control it. You know what I mean? And so like, I've been doing assisted pull-ups, obviously, because pull-ups and chin-ups are some of the best compound exercises you can do. I try to do as many compound exercises as possible. So like bench, I haven't been doing legs a lot because I need my upper body to catch up to my lower body. My quads suck, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But like, they don't look like they suck, they just do suck. Like, appearance-wise, like, my quads look pretty decent. But yeah, no, I've gone for pull-ups pull-ups, because pull-ups is like, no, this is a pull-up, this is a chin-up. So chin-ups. I do neutral grip chin-ups because that, I feel like, gives you a little bit of activation in your bicep, but also still gives you a lot of the activation in your shoulder muscles, which is good. I went from having to do like assisted like 44 pounds, I think. So that would end up being like 120 something pounds that I'm like actually lifting like this, down to like 10 pounds in the last couple weeks, which is like, for me, like, that's like awesome. And I feel like a lot of that is because I've been losing body weight, or at least losing fat. But like, I feel like in another few weeks, like, I'll be able to like just not have to do assisted at all. It's like to the point where like doing the assisted like is almost difficult because it's so light pushing up that like it doesn't do anything. Like, in it, like, my feet slip. But I've also gone from doing dips, so I had to do assisted dips at like 35 pounds or something like that, or 44, 36 pound assisted dips, and I would work down like 8 pounds each time. And now I just do unassisted dips. Yeah, so like now I don't even need to do, and that's not like dips like I'm sitting here like this, it's not dips like this. It's like full dips where I'm like suspended in the air and I'm like that, you know what I mean? So like, it's nice to see, like, I've seen like very notable progress. How does one gain weight or slow down metabolism? You can't slow down your metabolism. You literally just need to eat more. And the thing is the more you exercise to gain weight, is the faster your metabolism will be. You literally just need to eat so much food. And that, it's kind of like, if you're like a hard gainer, like, I would look it up. What's it called? Is it a mesomorph? No, not, yeah, I think it's called a mesomorph. Look it up. Just look up how to, okay, let me double check that it's called mesomorph. Cause there's, let's see, mesomorph body type. So let's double check. So there's ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. And I believe, okay, mesomorph is like me. Mesomorph's typically like, is like more of like an average person. Ectomorphs are typically like lanky, skinny, hard gainers, stuff like that. That is an ectomorph. So I would just look up ectomorphs, like, in how to gain mass being in ectomorph, because it's a lot more than just eating well. You have to like eat certain things to do it. Yeah, no, so like what I've been doing is, I think I've been consuming, when I'm like actually like on my shit, I do between 1,700 and 1,900 calories a day. And so my target is, for my body weight, I'm pretty average when it comes to a man, so it's about 2,000 to 2,200 calories that I should be eating anyways. And that's on, I should say, I probably hit more like 1,900 between, like, sometimes I'll have like snacks and stuff. So like probably more like 1,900 to 2,000, but that's on top of like, so I should be getting 2,000 and probably 2,200 to keep like a health, like, to not gain any weight. And then on top of that, I'm doing strength conditioning every day on top of like usually I've been sitting around 30 minutes of cardio. I haven't been running as much. I ran on the treadmill today for 30 minutes, but some of it was walking, is just kind of go with what I need. But or I'll do like the elliptical for 30 minutes. So I always do some sort of cardio, to burn off those extra calories. But honestly, the best way to burn more calories is to build up your muscle mass, because muscles burn a lot of calories. So the physically bigger you are, why do you think fit people, like really, really big people, like when they have a lot of muscle on them, they have 20 pounds more muscle than I do, they're burning hundreds of more calories than I do. They can eat whatever they want. Obviously, they can't like always eat whatever they want, but like eating a pizza isn't really gonna affect them like at all. Oh my gosh, Kirsten. I'm glad I can help you. But yeah, I mean, definitely it comes down to, when they say like, oh, abs are made in the kitchen, it's true. Mainly because you need to make sure you're eating right, and also calorie deficits. You will never, ever, 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 ever be able to burn off your calories, and burn off like your fat. Your body typically, to get into a fat burning stage, it doesn't happen for most people, and you're certainly not going to do it in 30 minutes. If you want to get into a fat burning stage while you're exercising, you need to be going for like hours. And I can attest to that. Being that, I've biked 40 straight miles, you feel it. And when it starts happening, when you start, running out of, glycogen to burn. It definitely comes down to calorie deficits. You literally just need to eat less calories. But one of the better things to do is, if you say you want a deficit of 400 calories, right? Which is pretty big, actually. A good thing to do is to exercise using those 400 calories. So you burn around 400 calories. If you do a strength conditioning workout and you do cardio for 30 minutes, you'll probably burn around 400 calories. When I say like strength conditioning, I mean like, you gotta go at it. If you want to get results, like you need to like go to failure. Like there was a time I was doing bicep curls. I had like the little twisty bar. I always forget what they're called. And so I was like on like that weird bench thing. And so I was lifting it up, right? And I literally got here and it kind of stopped. And it took me like a solid 10 seconds to go from here all the way up. And I was about to scream because it hurt really, really bad. But that's what you gotta do. Maybe that was too much. Maybe I should have just like stopped. But like it was moving just very slowly. Going till failure is probably one of the that's like, it's standard. You need to go till failure if you want like solid results. Show me those muscles. There's not much there. There's not much. It's like, I don't know. There's like a little bit, but it's like, I don't know. There's not much. My forearms are looking pretty decent. I got decent forearms. That counts for anything. My chest has always been good. It's like, you sit there and do that, and then you flex it, and you can't do it. That's, I've been trying to, obviously you couldn't tell, I've been trying to invest a lot more into my health. Sadly, it makes me sad because like I meal prep, and it's like to get protein, vegetarian protein, or I should say vegan protein, because I don't want to get my protein. I started eating yogurt again because I haven't been having smoothies. So I haven't been having chia seeds. So I started eating Greek yogurt again, even though Greek yogurt's like not good for the environment. And I know yogurt's, but like out of all the dairy, I would say yogurt's probably the best one for you out of milk, cheese, butter, especially cream, stuff like that. Yogurt's probably the best one for you just because of all the probiotics, and I can definitely tell, it's not like bad. But like I put 2 tablespoons of chia seeds into them, so that helps. I don't know. Nuts and seeds. Again, like a lot of people are scared of fat when they're exercising. One, you need to get the right types of fats. Vegan, vegetarian fats. Literally stay away from dairy. Like, I don't know. I also don't supplement. So I don't take any sort of like, protein supplements. I don't take any sort of protein drinks. protein bars, nothing like that. If I have any sort of like bar, it's like a Lara bar, and it's literally dates and cashews pretty much. And that's like that. I wouldn't say dairy's bad for your skin. I mean, I guess it can be because like sometimes it has hormones in it. But like, I don't know. When it comes to skin, that's usually more so genetic, and that's like something that's there rather than so much like your diet. I feel like your diet doesn't really affect your skin all that much. Or as much as people like to think that it does, I feel like it comes down to good practices rather than anything else. Also, I feel like a lot of it, because we're so sedentary now, we don't go outside a lot. Because I know that like the sun is like really good for your skin. No, if you guys didn't know that. And our diet, I mean, it's like, I should say like eating bad, like, or eating better gives you better skin because you're just getting more nutrients. So eating bad makes you seem like you are breaking up because you're eating bad, but it's probably just because you're not getting what your body needs. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I don't drink milk. The only cheese I eat is on pizza because I literally can never give up pizza. I'll drink milk. Like if I run out of almond milk, I'll have like my cereal with like regular milk. I just won't drink the milk afterwards. And then I have yogurt. So yogurt's pretty much the only dairy I eat. I don't eat eggs really ever. But I do have chicken every night for dinner pretty much. But it's also like a very small amount of chicken. I'm not eating like, oh my God, I do not eat a whole chicken breast. I like one whole chicken breast, like a large chicken breast is like 10 to 16 ounces. And I eat like 3 to 4 ounces of chicken every night. So like, you know, I don't eat a lot of meat. So that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. I think I tend to get about 90 grams of protein a day. There's also a whole lot of arguments about how much protein you actually need, where like it can go up to as much as like a gram per pound. And sometimes it's like you only need 50 grams of protein. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the right answer? For real, when you measure your chicken. Yeah, no, I weigh my food. At least my chicken and my rice, actually. I portion all of my food as much as I can. Portion control is really important. It's really, really, really important to know how much money you're actually... Yeah, no, it's really important to know actually how much you're eating. And portion control is super, super important. Because, like, it's so easy to overeat and you don't realize it. Literally like the only thing that you shouldn't portion control is vegetables. Because you can't eat enough vegetables. Like literally eat as many vegetables as you literally want. Or I should say more like, okay, non-starchy vegetables. So like broccoli and leafy greens, like you can eat as much of that as you want. But portioning control, like my PB&Js, I have like a pretty decent like skill for like when I scoop it out, like I know what 2 tablespoons is. Obviously it varies because I'm not using an actual tablespoon, but I generally know, and especially with weight, like I've literally weighed my PB&Js. I'll put it on, be like, yeah, this is 2 tablespoons, and I'll weigh it, and it weighs 2 tablespoons, and I'm like, yee. Which is like 1 serving. So I actually put 2 servings of peanut butter on. But yeah. Okay, I've been talking about nutrition for a really long time. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can go off about nutrition. I apologize. Push the meals to later in the day. No, because the thing is, what I don't like with when it comes to fasting is when you eat in the morning, that kickstarts your metabolism. That's why they say like breakfast is like the most important meal of the day, and that's largely because this is for me. I would never want to practice fasting because when it comes to fasting, it's like when you eat, that's what kickstarts your metabolism. When you put something in your stomach, it's like, oh, hey, I should probably start working now. And that's what makes your metabolism kind of kickstart. So I don't fast. I do keep track of what I eat in the day. I always eat carbs and sugar right before I work out. And then I will tend to have like a sugary snack right after that. And then my lunch is fatty, because you're supposed to eat fat like later in the day. It would be much better if I swapped my lunch and my dinner, but I eat PB&Js for lunch, so I can't do that. But you're supposed to eat more fat like later in the day after you work out. If you work out in the morning, you should eat fat, or if you work out in the morning, you want to eat more fats and protein later in the day. And if you work out at night, you want to eat more fats and proteins earlier in the day. And you want to eat sugars and stuff closer to when you exercise, because that's when your body needs that instant, like you want to get your glycogen levels back up as fast as you possibly can, because your body runs off of glycogen, like solely. Like that's why like when people don't eat carbs, it doesn't make any sense, because your carbs are literally like, your body burns carbs. Like that is its fuel. Like glucose, every carb gets broken down into glucose, and that glucose is strung into a polymer that's called glycogen, which is stored in your muscles and your liver. So it's really important to like make sure you're eating carbs, because if you like, that's why I don't like the keto diet, because I don't like fruit. So what's a good alternative? Bread, like whole grain bread, like I don't know, like any carb, like healthy carbs. Honestly, fruit's a sugar. Fruit is a sugar. It's not a carb. Obviously carbs are a sugar. Sugars are a carb. Blah blah blah. Whatever. But like sugars, fructose is not as easily broken down as like sucrose, which is pretty much just two glucoses. But no, fruits are good for you because obviously they have fiber and stuff. But literally just complex carbs, like with fiber and stuff. Fiber is really important. I should also say that, because if you eat a lot of fiber and you eat healthy fats, it makes you feel full for longer. What was I saying though? I literally lost track of what I was saying. What was I talking about, dude? Oh yeah, eating carbs. Like I was talking about the keto diet. I don't like the keto diet because basically, so why it's called keto is because ketosis is what your body enters when you start burning fat. When you run out of sugar, your body starts burning fat, and it's called ketosis. And essentially, when you're in ketosis, you're burning fat, right? However, your brain doesn't like to burn fat, right? And the reason why it's called ketosis is because your body breaks down the fat into ketones, which your brain is then able to use for energy. Only, there's like a caveat here, at 75%. So essentially, your brain is 75% as efficient when you're running on ketosis as when you're running on sugar, right? Why do you think Michael Phelps eats 10,000 calories a day when he was training for the Olympics? Because he never wanted to enter ketosis. Because if he entered ketosis, that's bad for his body. And ketosis is not good, usually. Like, you don't want to be in a constant state of ketosis. And that's why calorie deficits are good, because you don't really enter ketosis wholly. Your body will use the fats, it will burn the fats like in small amounts, but like ketosis is basically like, why do you think like when like people don't eat for a long time, why they like low-key go kind of crazy? Because one, survival mode kicks in and your body wants sugar. Because it needs sugar, because your brain wants sugar. Why do you think we love sweets? Because our brain uses a lot of energy. And so it's like, that's why I don't really like the keto diet, especially because it also encourages people to eat a lot of like processed meat. Eating, like where like bacon, any diet that encourages you to eat bacon and like sausage and processed meat, like burgers and stuff, that is not a good diet. I don't care what anybody says about the keto diet, like that is not good for you. Period. The amount of saturated fats in that, and the amount of cholesterol, and like bad cholesterol. So we're talking like HDL cholesterol, not LDL. It's bad for you. You shouldn't it boggles my mind when people like go like, oh, we're going to brunch. Oh, but I'm on the keto diet. Like, better order a plate of freaking bacon and sausage. That is, oh my God, it drives me insane. I don't understand, because it's so counterintuitive to what you should actually be doing by giving your body good food. That's like the moral of the story. Moral of the story, you want to be fit? Just eat well. Like, eat good food for you. Like, there's ways to make it good. Like, you do not need to just eat vegetables to eat healthy food. If you eat a turkey sandwich every day for lunch, literally just swap it out for better bread. Instead of getting white bread, start with wheat bread. And then we move to whole wheat bread. And then move it to more of like a seedy, grainier type whole wheat bread. And then moved up to like Dave's Killer Bread, which is like 50% seeds. Okay, the thing with the keto diet that I've seen personally from every single person that I've ever seen do it is you get super, super fast results. I saw, like, I know Jordan was on it, and I know Jordan did, but, like, especially, like, with my stepmom, because she'll always go through these diet fads, and I don't understand, but she's done the keto diet a few times, and she'll eat so much peanut butter, and the thing is you get really, really quick results from the keto diet, because you go into a fat burning stage. You are in a constant state of burning fat because you are literally depriving your body of fuel, right? Fat is not really fuel for your body. It is, but it's not. Like, your body prefers carbs over fats. And the thing with it is you see really, really fast results. But the problem is, one, it doesn't stay. And it doesn't last for very long when you're on it, because the problem is when you do that, your body enters survival mode after a little while. When it's sitting there in ketosis for weeks, it's like, yo, bro, this ain't cool, and it enters survival mode. And when it's in survival mode, you start burning less calories. So you'll go from burning 2,000 calories to maybe 1,500 calories. And now your keto diet doesn't do shit, because now your metabolism has literally slowed down to keep you alive, because it thinks that you are being, like, starved. You're tricking your body for like a short period of time, and it ends up just being negative. And then as soon as you go off the keto diet, your metabolism jumps back up and you gain all of that weight back. And that's generally how it works. That's every time that I've seen somebody go on the keto diet that doesn't, like, somehow strictly maintain it, generally they gain all of the weight that they lost right back. And so just, like, diet fads, don't ever do a diet fad. I'd say the only diet fad that makes any resemblance of sense is, like, the paleo diet, because that's, like, actually, like, not a bad diet, and that's more of, like, a way to eat. That's almost, I equate paleo to being more so, like, being vegan rather than being, like, you know, the keto diet. Fad diets don't work. You want to know what does work? Is survival mode when you're not eating, and when you eat again, your body stores your food for it. Basically, survival mode is multiple things can trigger survival mode. If you don't ever eat, you'll trigger survival mode. But also, like, when you don't give your body fuel in the form of sugar, it also enters survival mode. Angrio, hey Jacob, did you know that I know that Joey knows that Egg knows that Goat knows that Alex knows that Rachel knows that Lakin knows that Funna knows that Luke knows that Brennan knows that you're awesome. Have a great night, my dude. Angrio, thank you so much. Can we get an ooh in the chat for Angrio, please? Yeah, I don't know. Just fad diets don't work. And you know what does work? Just being healthy. Eating healthy. Eating good food. Like, there's no trick. Like, let me say this. There is literally, don't listen to what anybody says. There is no trick to losing weight. The only trick to losing weight is hard work. The only trick to having 8% body fat is hard work. The only trick to being super toned and, you know, muscular and really fit is hard work. That's literally what it boils down to. So, like, I don't know, just keeping it real here, you guys. But it's 10 o'clock. How much water do you drink? I try to drink 2 cups of water every time I pee. So, a lot, because I pee a lot. Hard work, but also be safe. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, because that's like, no, I mean, there's a point where, like, who was it? I think Katya's sister, Anya, only ate like 900 calories all summer, and she lost like 30 pounds. And, like, okay, that's like borderline unhealthy. 30 pounds in 2 months for somebody who doesn't weigh that much is like a lot. Like, she wasn't like heavy or anything, but anyway, that's not, you know, 7 bottles a day a lot. Yeah, I mean, they tend to say that you need to drink 8-ounce cups, like 8 cups. I am still friends with Alex, yes. Can you have too much water? You have to drink a lot of water to have too much, but you can. Also, if you warning to anybody who like does start, if you like do start suddenly drinking a lot of water really fast, like you can see a lot of weight gain because of bloating, because of like water weight. Like your body will literally start storing more water, and largely what that has to do is if you consume too much salt, basically your body stores more of the water to try to equalize your concentration, like salt concentrations in your body. So if you have like a really high salt content and you start drinking a lot of water, like you will bloat, like almost guaranteed. No, I would say overhydration. Overhydration is pretty hard. It's pretty easy to not overhydrate yourself. But what I would say is don't sit there and like if you sit there and constantly sip on water, like that's like a pretty easy way to overhydrate, honestly. Like drink when you're thirsty, and when you drink, like that's why like typically like, you know, when I pee, I'm usually like, you know, kind of thirsty, so I'll drink a couple or two of water, and then I'm fine. Like, your body will tell you when you need water, and you don't need to sit there and, like, constantly sip on it, because that's like, honestly not really that good for you. That's why, like, whenever you see me typically have water, I, like, chug it. Like, I'll chug half the bottle, and then not do anything for a while. And that's why, like, I try to not really keep this in arm's reach, because, like, I don't want to be able to just sit there and sip on it, because I know I will. But anyways, sorry, I'm going to end the stream. It's 10 o'clock, so, sorry. Yeah, if you guys want to say goodnight in the chat, now's the time to do so. Sorry for, like, the abrupt end. But yeah, like, this was a good talk. I don't know, I got a lot off my chest. I'm really excited to, share, like, the new content with you guys. Really, really excited, actually. So let's do some good nights. Oh no, Goat, Sandstorm, I Like Movies, Cairo, ZTV, Alex, Rachel, Don't Ask, Don't Tell, Joey, Aiden, PK King, Toasty Fairy, Board, Jomar, Brenna, King of the Hylians, Lakin, Maximum Ace, Dino in Hand, Chris Lack, Artsy Potato, Doodles, Trayshawn Stevens, Shine Seeker, Nintendo Rage, Kelly McCann, Fire Humanoid, Lude Cena, Brian M, Mystic, Resnuke, Anna. Jacob just reset right there. Wait, what? Supreme Taco Lord, Adoreem, Funum. Oh, I think I said Alex earlier. It's Alec, not Alex. 24/7, Diego, J Mo Jimadrak. It's Nick Atwell. What looks like Japanese symbols saying hello. Fuzi, the first person pixels. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this stream. Again, thank you for just listening to me. I don't know. I'm excited to share new stuff with you. I'm excited to go to New York and film new stuff there. And yeah. So, I don't know. I will honestly probably be streaming less. Just for the sake of making more content. Yeah, just like if I'm trying to make videos on 2 channels, I mean, that's a lot more work. But yeah, so sorry if there's like less streams. That's why I haven't been streaming the last couple of days, because I've been trying to figure out a lot of stuff out. But yeah, no, I mean, I definitely will still stream regularly. Don't worry about that. But at least like I don't know, for the time being right now, I would say like until I can like I feel like figure everything out, get sorted, like in a good schedule with everything. But goodbye forever consistent streams. But like you don't say goodbye forever. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. No, I'm not okay, listen, when I say like less often streams, I mean like instead of 3 days a week or something, it's like 2 days a week, or instead of 4, it's like 2 or 3. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for supporting me, and just listening to me. I don't know, I'm really good at talking. Go figure. And honestly, I've been talking so much that my voice is actually kind of like dry. Like my throat's pretty dry right now. Probably should have been drinking more water. But anyways, again, thank you. I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. Thank you to everybody who donated this stream. It means a lot. And yeah, again, I love you guys. Hope you have a great night. Bye.